Just 4 games remaining here in the regular season for freshman hockey for the Longwood Lions and the Eastport-South Manor Sharks. These two teams have met once before. It came down to sudden death. What will happen here tonight? These two teams separated by just 1 point in the standings. From the North Rink here at the Rinks in Hauppauge on LI Sports Network, I'm Brady Campbell, joined alongside my main man on the cam, Paul Trentini. And Longwood and ESM, Lions 10-6-0, Sharks 10-4-2. 21 points for Longwood, 22 for ESM. ESM's in 4th, Longwood's in 5th. It doesn't get much closer. The Sharks also just 3 points behind St. Anthony's for 3rd place. Still plenty to be decided here in the freshman division in this final week and a half, 2 weeks left in the regular season. The Lions coming in though 3-2 in their last 5 games. 5-4, a thrilling victory over Southampton last time out. It was Raymond Boos who picked up 2 goals in that victory, helping to lead his team to victory. Meanwhile for ESM, 15-6 win over KPC Black. That game that saw 21 total goals, 4 goals, 5 assists for Everett Shupp in that game. 5 goals, 1 assist for Luke Pisano. And the Sharks continue to roll. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10. These two teams, as I alluded to earlier, met once back on October the 20th, 6-5 in overtime. The Sharks came out victorious. Kevin Beckman led the way with 4 goals, 2 assists in that one. And it was the OT winner from Aiden Gabrielson that proved to be the difference in that tight affair between those two squads. And we expect another similar game here tonight. Gabrielson scoring with 3:01 left in OT in that game. What will it take to win this one? Buckle your seatbelt, should be a good one. Sharks, Lions on the way next here on LISN. We'll be right back for Puck Drop. The main event, the JV Finals Game 3 up next between Smithtown Red and St. Anthony's Gold. But this is a pretty darn good appetizer set to go between ESM and Longwood. And the starting goalies for Longwood and the home white, the designated home team tonight, number 33, Malcolm Sherman, has started 5 games, just a 2.40 goals against. He's not lost a game in regulation so far. He'll be opposed by number 30, Austin Pagano. She started 9 so far, 3.20 goals against, 6-2, 2-0 on the season. Face-off controlled by the Sharks and the Road Blues. We're underway. Up the boards it goes. Newport reaching for it. Knocked back out. Newport trying to send Gabrielson ahead, but it's intercepted by Longwood. Back the other way comes Luke Lamacchia. Lamacchia shot glove save for Pagano, and she gets the whistle. You can't ask for a much better first shot if you're a goalie to hold on to that one. Face-off will be to the left of Pagano. And of course, we mentioned that overtime game between those two teams. That won in the overtime loss column for Malcolm Sherman is indeed that game against ESM. Same goaltending matchup as that one. Comes around the boards. Maniaci pokes it ahead. Steered on to Beckman. Kevin Beckman Spins to the backhand. His shot flutters wide. Gabrielson gets tied up there by Lekmansky. Longwood emerges with it. It's turned over, though, to Newport. Newport high slot. Thinks about it. Drops it off up high. D to D. Carl McGovern steers one towards the goal. Blocked off. Maniaci jams it wide. Maniaci reverses. McGovern by his own. Some will pinch down to come get it while the rest of his teammates complete a change. Now it's Lekmansky around to Cesar Aravena. One of the top offensive players for Longwood, but it comes up top to Beckman, trying to dangle through. Knocked off the puck, and Aravena leads the rush away for Longwood. Coming in, Spinella joining him. Knocked off the puck there by Shupp. Centering pass got through, and flashing the leather, Austin Pagano. Just when it looks like the play's over, Aravena able to create. What a pass this is to Spinella in front. And as per usual, Austin Pagano locked in once again. Every goal in this game massive, especially that first one. And after a pretty good offensive zone shift there for ESM, it was nearly Longwood that ended up with the lead. Lions cleared out in the form of Joseph Ganolfo. Pisano back in. Wrapped around at the line, held in by Anza. Goes down towards Shupp. Defended there by Cipriani. And Longwood clears it back out. Anza heads back on it. Raymond Boosin on the forecheck. Chip back out to center. Foot race forward here. Aravena gets to it. Aravena under pressure, though, from Fritzen. Just able to save a potential rush going the other way. Knocked down by Fritzen. His shot goes high as he was knocked down by Crispin. Around it comes, fired up the boards, and skating back out with it, Ganolfo drops it off for Boost. Boost returns it to Aravena, but this play is offside against Longwood. So we got a stoppage here. 2.5 gone in period number 1. Still scoreless. Although a couple early chances for both sides. Cipriani will bank it in. Spinella collides with Gialorenzi. Gialorenzi gets to it. Wanted to fire it around to Beckman, but he wasn't looking. Pinching down to get it was Lamacchia, but he gave it up to Beckman. Beckman starts back out, and this is offside. As he couldn't time that one up there with his teammates, but certainly a player you do not want to give an inch to is number 15 in blue, because he will absolutely make you pay. Looks like he's starting out on defense here tonight. And here he is again, tries to spin through a couple checkers and does. Lost the handle though. Cipriani head to Sebastian Aravena, number 27. Still though at the line, Intravaya cut off by Spinella. Keeps the wheels going though. Intravaya in front, they score! Intravaya centered it, it might be his goal. It's 1-0 Sharks. Had a teammate parked in front that may have hit the defender, though. For Longwood, that's Stores for ESM here, who was in front of the goal. We'll see who they give it to. It's a 1-0 lead, though, for the Sharks. They get the important opening goal. Quick test of Pagano, and she makes the glove save. This one comes back to the line and back out. Lamacchia under pressure from William Newport. Lekmansky Steer it ahead, but it's fired right back out. And now Lamakia. Looking to power his way to the red line. Pays for it as Gabrielson put a check into him. Now it's Gianni Bonventer. From the blue line, will just fire it off the glass. Let his teammates head in after it. Lamakia gets to it first. McMansky back out. Bonventer, though, won't bank it. Right back off the kick plate. Lamakia takes it. Longwood captain. Plays it ahead. Aravena cuts to the high slot. Looks all the way across to the circle. Tries to flip one in front. Hit the apron. Jam backed off the outside of the net. Centering pass again off a skate and ends up wide, and Bonventer will take it. Aravena was wide open there. Cesar Aravena. They couldn't get the pass through. Bonventor steers it back down. Shupp heads in after it. Poked away from him. Bouncing puck knocked down by McGovern, who will keep it deep. Puck available. Luca Pisano holds. Goes down cross corner. 5 minutes gone first period. 1-0 lead for Eastport-South Manor. Behind the net, Fritzen. Up top, McGovern. Loads one up. Wrist shot blocked down. And the Aravena started ahead. Sebastian Cesar moving in. Quick shot blocker save. Pagano. More offensive pressure here, though, from the Lions. As it's played back behind, Aravena will get to it. Wraps it around the goal. McGovern first one on it for ESM. Starts the rush back out. And here come the Sharks. Shupp plays it down to the corner, heads in after it. Gets there along with Cipriani, who will bank it ahead for Spinella. Spinella, look out, strong back check there from Pisano. Beckman with time here behind his own goal, up to Anza. Anza under pressure, dropped it off, knocked away by Lekmansky. Spinella finds it. He's checked by Anza. Behind it goes to Beckman, around towards Shupp. Shupp trying to jam it ahead. Comes back to the line, held in once more by Lekmansky, but he stick-handled it back out. And now Beckman, full head of steam, lost the handle. Near giveaway, Fritzen reaching for it. Aravena gets to it. Working on Beckman, chips it ahead. Well, taken back here by the Sharks. Back in, offside, late offside call there. Shupp brought it in. And we get the whistle with 8:16 left in the period. Remains 1-0 for ESM. Comes to Spinella. Spinella leads the rush in. Cuts wide. Lost the handle, cuts back, Brewer Spinella cross ice. Lamakia down low. Intercepted initially and then jammed off the outside of the post. In front by Crispin. Head to head by Giovanni Cipriani. No icing here. Gialorenzi back on it. Checked hard by Spinella. Cipriani, hard D to D pass. Lamakia working on Iskro, and Mariella Iskro leads the rush back out for ESM. Over the attacking line, has Intravaya, couldn't get it to his forehand, and then it's in the net. And ESM takes the 2-0 lead. Intravaya couldn't quite handle it, so he's just trying to jam it on goal, and it looks like it sneaks over the line there. Storrs reaching for it again. I believe this is going to be the second of the game for number 27. Great setup there from Iskro as well. To start that rush up the ice, pass maybe slightly behind Intravaya, but he did a good job of adjusting. Now back the other way. Gnolfo shot blocked. Shot on goal, sticked away by Pagano, and a team like ESM don't want to fall behind multiple goals. That's what's happened to Longwood here, though, because they're a team with their goaltending and defensive structure that can shut you down. This is Newport. Fires one all the way out. Working in, Brody Maniaci takes it wide, spins one. He was looking for Gabrielson a bit behind him. Skated back out here by Longwood. Bryce Renee finds the stick of Aravena. Goes down the boards with it. Return to Sebastian Aravena. Trying to jam it through. Comes back out. Cipriani towards the goal. Blocked in front. And backhanded back out by ESM. Back on it, Aravena. Pass intercepted. Beckman knocks it down. Longwood, though, will clear. Cesar Aravena cuts back in. His shot looked like it just got a piece of the stick there of Pagano. Full head of steam for Beckman. Joining in Pisano. Beckman saucer. Pisano couldn't quite get a full stick on it there. Chop it towards the goal. Gets to it here, though. Had a man in front. Couldn't get it through. Shupp holds it in. Rister. Plenty of blue jerseys in front. Knocked down. Big save by Sherman. As that was a 2-0 in tight for the Sharks. Looks like the Lions get caught puck watching here. They get the shot block, but it still lands in front for a great chance. And Sherman bails his team out, keeps this a 2-0 game with 5.5 left in the opening period. Aravena back on it here for Longwood. Goes around and all the way back out. And Beckman loads it back up for ESM. Beckman. Little dipsy doodle there. Takes it down to the corner. Watch though by Lamacchia. And it's backhanded out. Pisano just unable to hold the line, and then he paid for it there. And we might have a penalty coming up here. Looks like we do. Cesar Aravena gonna go. Roughing the call. First power play of the game belongs to the Sharks. Already with a 2-0 lead. Looking to expand upon it here as we start to enter the latter stages of the first. Fired out by the Lions. Foot race for it. Here's Pagano, left it out in front. Beckman to the rescue. Beckman knocked off the puck. His pass blocked off. Taken back by Longwood and cleared. Now McGovern, one of the players that wears the C for ESM, will get it deep. Lamacchia around the boards. McGovern comes to get it. Blocked by Cipriani. Back up top, McGovern. Shoots, blocked down in front. Chance to clear for Lamacchia. Couldn't get it out. Shupp held it in. Leaves it for Pisano. Pisano takes it wide. Centering pass. Only white jerseys there. Cleared away. Up to the point for Beckman. Beckman gets through one. Looking to get through another. Knocked down like Mansky, but couldn't get through him, and it's fired down by Cipriani. Now the reach of Gabrielson and fired right back down. Sharks will make a change or two here as Gabrielson and Pisano head off the ice. Half a minute to go on the power play. Not much happening so far on it. Newport with speed. Newport right down Broadway. Newport couldn't sneak it through. It almost trickled in over the pad there of Sherman, but he got just enough of it. Final seconds here. Newport looking for a stick. Looks like a hit like Mansky's and then kicked away by Sherman. Out high, Bonventure down to the half wall. Snapped across. Newport was open and hopped his stick. Longwood gets the clear. ESM still with possession here, though. Beckman thinking about the Michigan. Couldn't get it up on his stick. Bonventure looking, blocked down. Newport gets on it. He's tied up in the corner. Now takes it back behind the goal. Opens up, goes up top. Anza. Down to Newport, watched by Cipriani. Across, saucers it, Bonventure. Down low, from a tough angle. Shop! Rings the mask there of Sherman. Aravena. Back out 1-on-2 here. He can make something happen, though, and his shot blocked by Bonventure. Teammates complete a change. Takes it around. Up top, Cipriani just able to hold the line. That was a dangerous look going the other way for Intravaya. Comes around to Boos. Boos looking for a stick. Redirected right through the top of the crease by Sebastian Aravena. Newport, a nice job there to chip it to the line, but not quite out. Aravena back down to the corner. Centering pass blocked off. Anza. Held in by Cipriani. His shot steered to the corner by Pagano. 90 seconds left in the first. Centering pass behind Cesar Aravena. And back out comes Newport. Newport working down to the circle. His shot, he scores! William Newport buries it blocker side. 3-0 Sharks. First, we look back at the power play. Nearly had one for the highlight reel there. And then is able to capitalize just by himself here on the rush. As he goes blocker side there on Sherman. Beckman back in. Beckman inside out. He scores. Man alive. Kevin Beckman just like that in the blink of an eye. 4-0 Eastport-South Manor. Inside out. Hello, goodbye, glove side on Sherman, and the Sharks get 2 goals in 13 seconds and lead it 4-0 here with 1 minute left in the first. Stores, who's been on the ice for a couple tonight. Return feed to him in the slot. This time it's Sherman to the top of his crease to make the save. Bonventure. Back down to the corner. Longwood trying to avoid giving up another here. Here's Aravena trying to get one back. Cesar Aravena to the circle. Holds on to it. Stick save Pagano. Final 30. This is Bonventure, fires it all the way around. It's to go in the period. Aravena looking for one last rush. 5 seconds left. Aravena left it behind, and ESM will take it to the horn with a 4-0 lead. The first 2 from Intravaya, Newport and Beckman go back-to-back. And the Sharks, with a dominant first period, will look to continue that going into the second. We'll be right back for the middle frame here on LISN. Back for period 2 on LISM with Paul Trentini on cam. I'm Brady Campbell. Donno's water bottle fell off the top of the cage. And now we're set to go for period 2. The first 2 scored by Joe and Travaia. Then just 13 seconds apart in the final 2 minutes of the period. William Newport and Kevin Beckman and ESM start to finish there. A solid first frame as they come right back in to start the second, and that shot goes high. Meanwhile, it looks like a goalie change for Longwood to start period 2. Number 24, Riley Perales, in the net as this one scooped up by Pagano. She gets the whistle. Perales started 9 games, 4.78 goals against. Just a game over 500 at 5-4 on the season. Whereas number 24 for the Lions. Steered wide by Vernillo. McGovern around for Beckman. Beckman, full head of steam to the circle. Lets one go from a sharp angle and missed wide. McGovern holds it in. Down the boards, Newport. At the half wall, they jam at it. McGovern had it knocked away. Spinella trying to pull away, but Beckman cuts him off. And here he is with the puck. Flips it ahead. Lamacchia back on it. Miscommunication there. Gabrielson in to take it. Now gets tied up. And Vernillo jams it on to Aravena. Cesar Aravena lets one go. Looking for a screen there from the defender. Missed wide. Sebastian Aravena plays it down the boards. McGovern under pressure. And it comes around for Beckman. High flip. Knocked down. Look out here. Numbers. Shup able to stay on as Pisano is stopped by Perales. Aravena chips it ahead. Bonventure back on it. Knocked down. Sebastian Aravena looking back door. Glove down by Cesar Aravena. Couldn't get a stick on it. It went wide. Now Sebastian. Nice dangle around Bonventure as a teammate in front. Couldn't get it through. ESM might have numbers back the other way. Pass towards Shup was fanned on, almost got through Crispin. Bonventure will just get it deep here. Lamacchia with some time. Aravena plays catch with Lamacchia. Just shams it up the boards. Bonventure comes to get it. Pops off of Sebastian Aravena and into the bench. With 12:23 left in period 2. Self-win, but an errant pass out of the reach of Anza and back out. Boost with the forecheck pressure, frees up the puck. Aravena, or rather Crispin looking for Sebastian Aravena. Aravena had Crispin going to the goal, likes to play behind for Boost. Back to Aravena trying to jam it at the side of the goal. Taken by Bonventure. And he leads the rush back out for ESM with 3 minutes gone here in the second. Ran into his own teammate there, gave up the puck. Now it's Shup in front. Spun in from the backhand. And ESM goes up 5-0. How about that from Colton Fritzen with the mitts on display in front. Have a teammate with him in the slot there, but just spins that backhander. A little sneaky one right past that left pad of Perales. And ESM continues to pour it on here in the middle period. Fritzen's 5th of the season. Back in, shot, score! And it's Cesar Aravena who comes right back to get the Lions on the board. As he just ripped that one right through Pagano. Definitely one of the shots you do not want to be facing as a goalie. He could rip it from anywhere and everywhere, and he did there. And a big response for Longwood, but they still trail by 4. 15 seconds separate those two goals. Cipriani couldn't quite handle it. Look out there. Intravia was breaking. Couldn't quite get it through to him. Privatera reaching for it. Aravena knocked it down. Aravena to the circle. Holds onto it. Looking backdoor off the skate of Iskro. Cipriani right through the crease. Aravena. From a tough angle, wide. Cipriani comes over to get it. Play it back down to the corner. McGovern. Comes free up the boards it goes. Back down. McGovern. Cipriani waiting for it. Gets it. Tries to go D to D. Look out. Privatera, a good read, and he knocked it back out. Longwood resets. Rene, it got through him. Down the ice, no icing here. And Pagano will leave it for Gialorenzi. Spinella took it away behind the goal. Brewer, Spinella up top, Cipriani. Back down to Spinella, but it hit off him. And look out, it's a breakaway for Privatera, moving in on the back check. What a play that was by Sebastian Aravena. Still with ESM control, though. Slid right through, and Iskro couldn't get her stick free, and now it's Aravena once more. Sebastian to Cesar. His shot this time gloved in, held by Pagano. Show the goals, we show the saves. How about the back check effort here, down 5-1 in the middle stages of the second? Stick lift there on Privatera, and allowing Spinella to pick up the puck. Face off deep in the ESM zone. Anza goes around to Newport. Back down to Anza. Return to Newport. Has some teammates breaking up the ice. Pass blocked off by Cipriani, though. And he'll hammer it right back out. Aravena chipped it around Anza. He'll be the first one on it in the corner. Centers it in front, and unable to settle it was Lekmansky. Lekmansky, though, takes it out high, and John Lekmansky will throw it back down. Delayed offside here. It appears against Longwood, as my assumption would be Lekmansky brought that puck back over the blue line there, and we get the stoppage. Turnover, Aravena. Lekmansky checked. Aravena looking across. Pass read by Beckman. Ahead for Maniaci. Now the captain, Gabrielson. Gabrielson dips the shoulder to the forehand. Stopped by Perales. Anza on the backhand. Puts it out of play. Two freshman games on each side here tonight. As we take a look at the first one going on the South Ring. 2-0 lead for Southampton over Smithtown Hauppauge Blue. For Smithtown Hauppauge Blue trying to make a last final push here for the playoffs. Southampton right in the middle of the pack. And they got a first period goal, or excuse me, a second period goal from Cam Minardi, a third period goal from Martin O'Sullivan. And they lead it late in that hockey game. It's that time of the year. Here in the freshman division, as both these teams playing their final few games. Gabrielson trying to pull it ahead, couldn't get through Lamakia. Shup on the follow-up, threw it right through the crease, knocked away. Aravena back in halfway through regulation time. 5-1 lead for Eastport-South Manor. Aravena's pass blocked off. Cipriani down the boards. Cipriani knocks it down, gets to it. His shot blocked behind. Pisano reaching for it. Spinella gets there. Spinella, sharp angle try, rang the bell of Pagano. Sharp trying to chip it around Cipriani, but could not. And he'll elect for the cross corner dump in. Bonventure back to the line. Lamacchia fumbled it there, and it comes back out. Cipriani, high flip, fired back in, and ESM back in possession here as Everett Shupp brings it back in for ESM onside as our very own Ryan Brannigan has made an appearance. He will be on the call for the final freshman game on the South Ring. Spinella gets it back out. Bonventure right back in, Sharks touch up. Flipped out, knocked down by Shupp. Next played by the Lions. And Shupp back in. Tried to center the cross, knocked down by Spinella. He'll clear. Bonventure and Shupp, some miscommunication there. Down the ice it goes. Lamacchia back on it. He plays it around, jammed to the line, not quite out. Crucial keep in there for McGovern, as the Lions may have had numbers going the other way. Lamacchia takes it wide, steers it just wide of the cage. Jalorenzi gets to it, goes up the boards. Aravena onto the ice, snaps it down. McGovern up the wall. Shupp plays it out. Numbers for the Sharks, 3-on-1. Fritzen with Shupp and Intravaya. It's Shupp. His shot blocked. Jams it through the 5-hole and out the other side, but wide. Aravena back the other way. Takes it wide as teammates in front. Great stick by Beckman. And then the centering pass picked off by Shupp. Final 5 of period 2. Pass ahead, foot race for it here. And getting knocked off the puck that time was Crispin. Stores, double team Crispin towards the front, picked off by Beckman. And he'll flip it back out. Aravena, cross to Lamacchia. Jammed ahead by Spinella, intercepted by Beckman. Aravena keeps it away from Iskro and Intravaya, but it comes back to Iskro. Iskro drives in. Mariella Iskro shoots, kicked out. Big rebound, getting across is Perales. Back the other way, trying to dangle through Spinella, couldn't get past Beckman. Back in Beckman, takes it wide. Knocked off the puck.
Hey, Jojo.
Back in Aravena, cut, shoots, goes wide. Lions completing changes. That's Beckman trying to sneak through, couldn't get past Cipriani. Back in comes Aravena, trying to catch up to it. Jammed a backhander on goal, stopped by Pagano. And it comes back out. Stores We'll get to that of Cipriani. Iskro with him. Centering pass, Iskro, and on the back check, Ganalfo knocked it away. Aravena back in. Final 3 minutes of the period. He couldn't get through Beckman. Flipped out. Iskro as a teammate ahead. Plays it across to Intravaya. Iskro holds it in. Intravaya at the half wall. Trying to cut back. Gave it away to Sebastian Aravena. Blue line, and he'll flip it in. Cipriani steps up. Cross corner. Haven't had a goal since 11:31 left in this period when Cesar Aravena, excuse me, got Longwood on the board as Cipriani fires it around. Ganalfo at the line, shot blocked. Skated out, and a breakaway here. It's Brody Maniaci in, and he put it a bit too high. So that puck wouldn't quite settle for him really until the end there. Ran out of room. Von Venter down low. Gabrielson reaching for it. It comes back to the line for Anza. Anza shot stopped and covered. With 1:35 left in the second. Here's a look at that chance for Shupp a few moments ago. He was able to jam that rebound 5-hole. Didn't quite have the angle, though, to get it into the back of the net. Longwood still hanging in there as they got the last goal in this hockey game. Anza shot blocked, but they're going to need something here. Potentially late to try and get one back. Newport tied up, comes back to the line. Jam back down, Anza from a tough angle in front. It's loose right there in the crease. Perales didn't see it. Now he does, and he dives on it. And some chaos after the whistle here. With just under a minute left in the period. Looks like cooler heads will prevail. There's a chance a few moments ago, and how about these saves from Perales? Kicked that rebound right back out to the slot, made the save, and it looks like Renee and potentially Anza. Well, Renee's headed to the locker room, Anza's headed to the box. And we'll get this sorted out here in just a moment. Long discussion here for the officials, specifically at the ESM bench. .6 left in the period. This could be an important set of calls here. But this hockey game still somewhat hanging in the balance here as ESM started to pull away. Longwood, though, hanging tough here. This game so far not quite as intense as maybe that first matchup. So we got Anza for roughing. It's the only penalty we got up on the board. Bryce Renee holding 5-minute major. Don't know if I've ever seen holding as a 5-minute major, but here we are. And a holding game misconduct. So Bryce Renee's evening is done. So it looks like we may be 4-on-4 here, and indeed we will be. In the final minute of period 2. Open ice to work with here. Can any team take advantage? Intravia. Aravena with the pressure. And now Cesar Aravena. Good check there on the back check from Intravia. Dropped off to Spinella with 30. Spinella cuts in. Takes it to the circle. Defended there by McGovern. And outlet pass. Newport works in. Newport on the backhand. Tried to stuff it forehand. Kicked out by Perales. 10 left in the period. He takes it back out to center. And just time for one last shot here from Beckman. Beckman takes it wide, run out of time. It'll be 1:05 left of 4-on-4. Still 4:05 left on that penalty against Renee, but the teams trade goals in period 2, and it's still a 4-goal lead for ESM after 2. Looking to pick up a big 2 points. Third period on the way next here on LISN. What about the third, Ryan? Back for period 3 on LISN. 5-1 lead for Eastport-South. Manor over Longwood. 4-on-4 here for 1:05 before a long extended power play upcoming for ESM as they have the 4-goal lead coming into the final frame of this one. These two teams separated by just 1 point. ESM looking to grow that to 3 if they could close out this one. Newport on to Beckman. Beckman flying in, takes it wide and scores. Second of the game for Kevin Beckman, and he does it again with style. 6-0 on ESM. There's too much speed for the Lions to handle. He puts that one just inside the post on the glove side. That goal coming just 25 seconds into the period at 4-on-4. Beckman looking for Intravaya, knocked down by Aravena. Cesar Aravena, good passing down low, poked back in front. Aravena couldn't get it to go. One more save by Pagano. 2-on-1 now. Intravaya has some room down the circle, fanned on the shot as it rolled off his stick. Final 10 left on the power play here, or excuse me, the 4-on-4. For it becomes a power play for 3 full minutes for ESM. Behind the net it goes. At the very least, the Sharks could just run 3 minutes off the clock here. This is offside. So they lost the handle there at the blue line. Reminder coming up next here on the North Rink. Game 3, St. Anthony's Gold, Smithtown Oppog Red, to decide our JV champion here in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. The Bulls, runners-up last year to the ESM JV team. Had an incredible season last year. Many of their players sprinkled across the varsity teams. Of course, Eastport-South Manor did not have a varsity team this year. And the future is bright, though, with the Sharks teams. As now the freshman team looking to add one to the trophy case. Still a long way to go. They got the playoffs all but locked up. The question right now is seeding as Shup shot goes high, and we're back to just 2 minutes left now here on their power play. Centering pass got through Shup. It's Beckman. Walks the line, holds it in, down low, jammed in by Pisano. PPG Luca Pisano set up by Kevin Beckman, 7-1 ESM. Great pass there down low by Beckman, jammed home. At the start of the period, there was a Longwood that had a good opportunity. Great passing here down low, and Sebastian Aravena couldn't reach it. Lekmansky on the backhand, stoned by Pagano. And a few minutes later, the Sharks come down with 2 more. Because it was a major, though. They skate it back out. Bonventure with speed. Takes it wide on the backhand. Centering pass. They score. They come right back down and get another power play goal. And lead it 8-1. That's the second of the game for Colton Fritzen. Still a minute 26 to go on the power plays. The Sharks starting to pour it on and pull away now. And will not only separate themselves a bit more from Longwood with just 3 games to go as their shot stopped by Pagano, no rebound, but they'll be just 1 point back of St. Anthony's for third if they could hold on to this victory. Final minute of the power play here in the 5-minute major at the end of the second against Rene. And Travaia loads up a shot off the mask of Perales. He scrambles and dives across to make that save. Still loose at the side of the crease. Centering pass, the net comes off. I believe he made the save as well. And finally, we get a stoppage after that chaotic sequence that we take another look at here. sure how in the world Perales and company kept that one out, but they did. 44 seconds left here on the ESM power play. Aravena steps through, shot glove down by Pagano. Elijah Moran on the bench tonight, it looks like. Phenomenal season he's had between the pipes as well. It's been goaltending by committee with him and Pagano, as this one stopped by Perales on Beckman. And not only do they have the talent up front, but they have the defense and certainly the goaltending. This ESM team might not be right at the top of the standings, but going to be a dangerous team in a few weeks come playoff time. Often games we do see them kind of split time, but it looks like it's just Pagano's game here tonight. Well, just after the power play for ESM expired. Looks like they're going to be going to the kill here. It's against Newport. And so Longwood will have a chance to get one back here. Back to line, Aravena, shot blocked out high by Iskro. Changed direction and missed. Aravena ties it up to the kick plate. Comes free, lost the handle, McGovern on it as the ground below my feet is shaking as the Friars and Bulls are getting ready in the locker rooms to do battle in game 3. Aravena back in. Gave it away to Intravia. Comes around to Lamacchia off a stick and wide. Back up top, Cesar Aravena. Bouncing puck, holds it in. Lamacchia at the half wall, off the apron. 10 minutes to go in this one. 8-1 lead, Eastport-South Manor. In front of Longwood. McGovern ties up his man behind the goal. Iskro banks it down the ice halfway through the power play. Lamacchia back on for Aravena. 3-on-2 here, but his shot blocked by Beckman. Comes to Sebastian Aravena behind the goal. His pass blocked off. And Aravena back on it. Has Lekmansky down low, picked off by Beckman. And he'll fire this one all the way down the ice. And time for one more rush here for Longwood with the man advantage. Well, it comes around to Maniaci, and he'll throw it down to the corner. Aravena wraps it around, final 10 of the power play. Skated out by Spinella. Spinella works it through Jalorenzi and locks up with Bonventor. ESM gets the kill, back to 5 aside. Shot from the line, kicked out by Pagano. And numbers going the other way, and Travaia gets a touch on it, but it's going to be a breakaway out of the box. Newport scores! Out of the box and on the board, Newport's got another 9-1 Sharks. Great play there by ESM right after Newport comes out of the box. With an 8-goal lead here, we reach running time. And the Lions with the lead. Or rather, trailing the Sharks. This one not quite as close as the first meeting that finished in a 6-5 overtime win for ESM. As delay penalty again, Pagano headed off for the extra attacker. Get the stoppage, and it looks like ESM will go back to the power play halfway through period 3. So tripping call against Vernillo. Looks like a goaltending change. Another great performance from Austin Pagano. Elijah Moran will step in to close out this one. Cleared out by Longwood off the face-off. And ESM will reset. Gianni Bonaventure back in. Tied up at the half wall. Still tied up. At this point, going to be tough for a comeback for Longwood. They're content with just pinning this one to the boards to kill off the penalty, and it's cleared down the ice. Back out off the stick of Fritzen. Tied up in the circle. Longwood gets to it. Skated out by Aravena. It's got the lone goal in this one for Longwood. His shot gets blocked. Now Anza on it. Pisano behind Shupp. 30 left on the power play. It comes back to Beckman. Kevin Beckman walks the wall. Throws it behind for Shupp. Tied up by Aravena. A little reverse hit there from Beckman on Cipriani. Cipriani gets up looking for a call. Shupp on it. Across to Anza. Final seconds of the power play. Shot blocked. Getting in front of it there was Crispin. And it comes back out. Longwood gets the kill. We're back to 5-a-side. Cleared ahead. Pisano racing after it. Luca Pisano centers one across, and it tied up his teammate there. And coming back the other way are the Lions in the final 5 minutes. Ravenna trying to knife through. Beckman on it, saucers it out, looking for Anza, and the defenseman, Anza, trying to pull away here. 3-0, Anza goes for the shot, tried to sneak a 5-hole, stopped by Perales. With the score, and Tyler Anza normally being a defenseman, can't get on him there for being a bit selfish. Settled by Longwood. This is Crispin. From the red line, flips it in. Shupp off the ice. For ESM, he'll be replaced by Intravaya. Final 4 minutes, skated out by Anza. Anza on the cutback, brings it in, with the shot blocked down. Intravaya gets to it. Lamakia the steal. And his clearing attempt hit the back of his own teammate. And it's banked back out here by ESM. Cipriani back on it. Beckman turns, shoots, and scores. And it's a hat trick for Kevin Beckman as the Sharks hit double digits. Using the long reach there to dig it free, and then turning and sniping that one high blocker. Three minutes remaining in this one. Played out by Longwood. Going to suffer a tough loss tonight. Their next game, Monday the 16th, 6:20 versus West Islip Blue, who we saw just prior to this game. They suffer the tough loss to Sachem. Aravena back in. To the backhand, lost the handle like Mansky to the backhand, slid it wide. ESM next in action this Friday, 7:10 versus Smithtown Hauppauge Blue as the Sharks look to continue to roll. Aravena back in, under 2 minutes left. He scores! Second of the game for Cesar Aravena. Not much room there, but he picked his spot. Makes it 10-2. As he just roosts that high glove short side. What a shot there from Aravena. Under 90 seconds left in this one. Aravena back on it. As Beckman picks up goals, this is offside. 24, 25, 26 on the season. On the flip side, Aravena is team leading 25th and 26th as well. So those two of the top scorers here in the freshman division getting it done here tonight. But Beckman had some help as well. Final minute. As back in comes Spinella. Play down by Lekmansky, half a minute to play. Around for Maniaci. Snaps a pass, intercepted by the Lions. Gabrielson. Sharks looking for one more. Maniaci shot catches the glass. Goes high. Back out come the Lions. One last rush here with 10. Defended there by Bonaventura. Picked up by Newport. And it was all Sharks in this one. They get the 10-2 victory as they lead it wire to wire and defeat the Longwood Lions by a final score of 10-2. Hat trick for Kevin Beckman. Only one goal allowed between both Austin Pagano and Elijah Moran. 2 goals on the other side for Cesar Aravena.